Hello and welcome, magical, mystical beings of light and love. I am Valerie, also known as a very odd mother, according to my guides. We'll go into that a little later. Um, this channel is a spiritual channel. It's it's called UCU, the initials. This is all about you connecting to the magic of you and integrating it into your life. A lot of us in the spiritual community are coming out, are being guided out by our guides, like I am. My guides are pretty insistent that I created this channel. It's dedicated solely to raising the vibration of Mother Earth. But in order to do that, we have to raise our own vibration. And I know a lot of us live this every day, day in and day out. I know I have for years. But it is just recent, last few years, that I learned to love myself, to love and accept myself. Now, this is not selfish love. This is not conceited, anything like that love. This is about honestly having trust and faith in yourself to be the person that you are in the world. I know I was disconnected. I'd always been intuitive and empathic and knew stuff I didn't know how I knew. Well, that's your internal guidance in your soul, which is your intuition, guiding you into certain directions. Well, if you were anything like me and I didn't have that trust and faith in myself and I doubted, I didn't follow my intuition because I didn't have the correct connection with myself in order to do that. I'm sure many people love and accept themselves. This is for everybody. If you're just, I'm gonna go through it in the beginning, like we're all new to it. But I'm sure there's many people who aren't even aware. I wasn't aware. I thought loving and caring for other people and um, being there and supportive and stuff for others. I thought that was, and that's what we do. That's a good thing. Um, but if you don't love and trust yourself and accept yourself, a lot of times we end up in situations that weren't what our guidance was indicating. And we all are on the spectrum somewhere. There's some people who are new to this concept. There's some people who love themselves, but like I said, I want to start this channel with the foundational information on how to love and accept yourself, to trust yourself, to connect yourself to your guidance and your intuition. And from there, we individually raise the vibration on Mother Earth just by loving ourselves. And then, of course, we extend out. There's many of us here who are healers, who are card readers, who are in, sound healers, intuitive healers, color healers. You name it. It's like exploded open, and there's so many cool things going on, and everybody has their own unique way of being of service. And we, I mean, this is opening up a whole new world, literally. Um, I know for like 10, 15 years ago, these these topics were not readily available like they are now. There are so many YouTube channels that have such good information, and it's mind blowing. 10, 15 years ago, you had to go searching for this stuff. And, if you went to a reader, if you went here, everybody kind of looked at you funny and sideways. And there, this whole last year has really, I think, kicked it into gear because we were on lockdown. A lot of people really do this every day, meditate, read their cards, do their crystals, you name it. And they actually had the chance to live it like every day. I know I did. And it was the best year of my life. And I know that sounds terrible, but I just tried to make the best use of the time we had, not knowing what was going on. And the funny thing is, I knew something was coming, you know. I I couldn't have said it was a pandemic. I thought it was more of a financial crash or something along those lines. But my point is, I'm probably not the only one who felt that. And and all of our guidance is coming online, and it's showing itself to play in it, like magically play in it, magically. And I'm not trying to make this like, oh, it's just all rainbows and unicorns. I am all about love and light, but I am quite aware of the reality as a collective society we live in. This is the whole point of the channel. Because once you raise the vibration of Mother Earth and the collective, we get to a higher level on the spiral up. And those old ways slowly start to disappear. I know it doesn't seem like it right now. We're in chaos, and this is a very significant time in our history. And I'm not going to discount that. But I do believe that the more people who know how to love and accept themselves and connect to their heart and their intuition, connect your mind, throat chakras, all your chakras, connect yourself up to your higher self while being grounded into Mother Earth. I think that's just a whole new world. It's a game changer. And it's obvious by how many people are coming out of the woodwork and speaking their piece and coming on channels. Like I would have never, ever, I wouldn't have done this. It's not, I don't even like to get my picture taken. You know, I, my guides have been talking to me over this last year and a half or so uh, about helping people learn to love and accept themselves. But I thought I would be out there working in a little healing center or something until COVID came and shut everything down. So everybody went online. And well, everybody was online, and there were more and more were coming out every day. So my guides were insistent. They weren't, they're talking right now. Tell them about, I have to call myself a fairy odd mother. I can't, I mean, I don't know why. I get it on one level, you're magical. I love everything about this spiritual life, and it is magical. And there are so many tools to play with, and there are so many readers and healers, like I said, and when I was in pain, and I was very sick and in a lot of pain, and from like 2007 till like 2016. And I thought I was going to live like that the rest of my life. I thought that I would have fibromyalgia and everything else I had piling up on me. And I thought that was it, you know. And I was working and I could barely move. It was awful. Looking back, which I'm sure a lot of you can resonate with, these are dark nights of the soul. These are, you're confronting your shadow. You're getting to know yourself like intimately. And it's either you get it and and I'm not saying it's that easy to heal, because I mean, I did everything. I did traditional and everything I could afford on the um, alternative side. It it worked. I really believe the sound healing is really what did it for me. But you don't know that until you get to experience the different modalities that are out here now. And thankfully, I did heal. And thankfully, every time I faced another part of my shadow, it's like every time you face it, you kind of get a promotion, and you go up, you get this, and all your like uh, specialties come out of you. And it's even hard to label. Like I know I'm psychic. I know I'm intuitive. I read cards. I've read cards since I was a kid. I love reading cards. I love helping people. And I worked most of my life in the restaurant business, and I was usually the last 10 years, I was usually the oldest one there. So everyone always called me mom. That's why the fairy godmother thing came up. Um, and, but they said fairy odd mother. So here I am. And I was like, okay, or they could call me mom or Valerie. So here we go. That's how that came about. Um, but I was like everybody's mom. And I was always giving everyone crystals and pep talks, or, whatever anybody needed in the moment. And I didn't realize that was a sort of training. I'd always been like that. I just thought that's just who I was. It's just a natural thing. I didn't know it was leading me to something else. First, my intense pain, and then healing and believing. That's what it was. I believed that I could find a way to heal myself somehow, some way. Am I saying it's all gone? No, I have flare ups. I have issues, but they're tolerable. Oh, I was in for about a year and a half on my hands and knees. I couldn't even stand up. Um, when I was living in Arizona, and that was 2010, 2011, about in 2012, because 2012 was coming up, and I was very excited about that. I thought, oh boy, what do we have here? 'Cause this is all I did. I went to work and I researched all of this, all the astrology. I love astrology. I love crystals. Like I said, I love cards. I love learning and researching. And I got to know why. I was just one of those people, even as a kid. Why, So my curiosity put me on this path more and more and more uh, every day. And no matter what I was going through, I remember being in Arizona and I was just learning how to talk to my guides and trust what I was hearing. So I had a computer and I was on there every day researching and learning and listening to meditations, anything I could to try to heal myself while doing the traditional medicine. And anyway, so every day I would ask a question to my God, like a big one, like I need to know this answer. And I'd be researching it every day. And at night, I'd think of the question. I'd wake up next day. First thing, I'd go on the computer, and I'm not kidding you, every day, exactly what I was looking for. The question I had asked, the answer or the directions to the answer were very clear to me. So I kept following it. It's like following breadcrumbs, and you get to expand. You're expanding your own magic. You're expanding it in your intuition and your psychic abilities and all of it. It was just mind blowing, and it just not stopped. Has not stopped. Every day I learn something new, and every day I'm so grateful for my guides, for what I learned, from the people I watch on YouTube, from the classes I take. It's never ending. So the thing that I haven't seen though is um, anything really telling, showing people how do you love yourself? Do you accept yourself? Um, the way I found out was I he's on YouTube, Serious Joy Christopher with Techie, and he does a weekly astrological update. It's called Namaste Today. Well, he has a daily service. It's very affordable, and you put your birth information in, and he has all. I mean, his site is packed full of stuff. You want to learn astrology? That's probably the best astrology, one of the best astrology teachers you would ever find. And but it's at the same time based on your chart. So you're not only learning astrology, you're really learning your chart. This is to me one of the biggest, one of the, I don't even know how to say it, my goodness, one of the best indicators of your unique self and your unique life is getting your astrological chart read. And I've had a couple readings from different people because there's all different types of astrologers. And I learned, I mean, to me, I can't learn enough. But once you know your chart and um, and it takes a minute. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but it might for you. Uh, I just, I've always loved astrology, but I was one of those people, oh, I could never learn that. That's just, too too scientific, too much math, really. It is mind blowing when you know your chart and you can see yourself evolving, or you can see your past, you can see what's going on now, you can see indicators of the future. There's no I think God did it on purpose. Like we have a blueprint, a literal blueprint of our life path. And it even shows your past lives, depending on the astrologer that you're looking using, or uh, having read your chart. And you got to bear with me. This is my first video, and I got a lot in my head, and I'm trying to get it out in a cohesive manner. So anyway, that was the first time I was taking I get his daily service, Christopher Ritecki Series Joy. And he has this, it's called 40 Days of Self-Love. And you do this really deep dive into self-love. And I did it for 3 years. And I find something new every time. Today is one of the days that's a good day to start the Serious Joys, 40 Days of Self-Love, 0 degree Scorpio. And so I was thinking about doing it. I almost forgot about it today because I had so much to worry about on this video. But anyway, astrology kind of, because the reason why I like astrology is because it actually shows you the facts. Things have happened, and there's no denying that these aspects were going on when these things happen. So it's just, I'm sure a lot of you are into astrology, and I'm sure a lot of you know your chart. But for those who don't, who are just starting out, or were just kind of curious, and always thought it was something, maybe it's okay. Really look at your chart, because to me, knowing yourself is like everything. You know, knowing yourself, loving yourself, accepting yourself. I mean, we've all made mistakes. There's not one of us here who hasn't made mistakes, who hasn't had a hard life on some level. It did. Once you love yourself and accept yourself, I don't even like to use the word forgiveness, because I was going to say you could forgive yourself for whatever perceived past mistakes or current mistakes you think you're making. The thing is, it's accepting. It's accepting yourself. Like me 30 years ago, what am I mad at her for? She only had the information she had at that time and made the decision she made based on that. Oh, so what am I'm just going to hate myself, or that aspect of myself, which I did. And it didn't get me anywhere. It got me in a lot of pain, because that's when your shadow's coming out. Those parts of you need love. Those parts of you need accepted, integrated into your being. And this is why, again, my channel is being created to learn how to love yourself and accept yourself. Is like the most freeing thing. I've had some really beautiful aha moments, but that one was everything, because your magic kicks in. You come online, And the more that you are into delving deeper into yourself and loving yourself and accepting yourself, the more every day you learn more and more and more. And life is actually beautiful. I mean, I'm happy all the time. I was not. I was not a happy person for a long time, you know. Now, I'm older, and this is the reason why my guides talk to me, because I always worked with younger, well, every age group, but they were always younger than me. And a lot of people you could tell just never had anyone to say, hey, it's okay, you know, it's okay. It'll be okay. Something. So anyway, that me being older and and knowing what I know about self-love and forgiveness, acceptance, I say acceptance. I want everybody to know that. I wish somebody would have explained this to me when I was a teenager or a kid or in my 20s. Yeah, I mean, it should be taught. We should, I'm not saying everybody's parents don't teach them that, but that wasn't, my mom was a good mom, but she didn't teach us to love ourselves. You know, I mean, you help out, you know, you do things like that, and you know, yeah, go to work, and that's about it. So anyway, to me, this is to my guides. It's imperative, especially now during this time in history, that more people get to the point of loving and accepting themselves. And like I said earlier, today is the first day of Scorpio season, the 0 degree. And zero is, well, Scorpio itself is a very protective sign. Um, all signs have their, you know, cancers or caring, Leos are about love, you know, everybody has their thing. And it's good to know all of that, you know, because there are lower and higher vibrations to everybody in every sign. So a lower vibrational Scorpio, well, you know, there's what, Scorpion and Eagle, and then it actually turns into a Phoenix rising. So cool. But a lower vibrational Scorpio is just going to sting you, you know? It's not that they, it's instinctual. So today was a perfect day about the actual foundation of loving and accepting yourself is that you have to have boundaries. You have to protect yourself, your heart, all your aspects, your mind, your emotions. Um, you are your advocate, and you either have boundaries that are not secure, or you do. It's a game changer. To be to be have your self protection in place. And I'm not saying this in a way that, oh my God, the world's coming at us, you know, put your shields up. That is a saying in the spiritual community, put your shields up. You can have a shield, but it can let things in and let things out. It doesn't have to be, oh my God, I'm stuck behind this shield so I can stay safe, which is really what we all want. We all want to be safe. We want to be secure. And let's face it, that's the bottom line for most everybody. You know, I know I didn't even think of anything like when I was working in the restaurant business all the time. I was thinking about how am I going to pay my bills and my rent, and I didn't think of safety and security and loving myself and accepting myself. I was in survival mode. We can actually thrive, especially now, especially with all these beautiful, heart-centered, soul-centered beings coming online. And everybody has this ability. It's just a matter of following your guidance and the breadcrumbs. You know, we're here to raise the vibration of Mother Earth. That is why the love light workers, whatever you want to call yourself, that's why we're here. And we all woke up at different times and we all followed our own breadcrumbs and in the path that your guidance just can't stop saying to you. Like, I'm here because my guidance wouldn't stop. They wanted me to come on here, help people learn to love and accept themselves. I'm going to learn with you. I'm learning and teaching. We're all teachers. We're all students. I'm no better than anybody else. I, um, I firmly believe in equality and equanimity. There's no hierarchy in the love spiritual world. And unfortunately, there was a lot of abuses there too. You know, the whole guru thing. But anyway, that's going off subject. So I'm going to make more video if I get through this video. Okay. So, for instance, this is just a quick thing I do every morning. I'm sure a lot of you have your own practices, but this is to cover our foundation. People who do know or people who don't know, I hope everybody gets something out of it. In the morning, before I get out of bed or do anything, take a couple deep breaths. I'm usually sleeping with a crystal or two anyway, so that's just how it is here. And I ground, I connect. 3 deep breaths, just real slow. And I ground my column of light, because I look at us as all of us are columns of light. We ground into Mother Earth and we connect to our higher self and our souls, but our higher self there first. And I just breathe that light right through me. And you can make your light any color you want. I use gold and pink. Gold is for healing. Pink is for love. White, be careful with, because white clears things out. It doesn't in more of a harsh manner, you know. Now, if it's a crystalline white, you know, it's sparkly, I use a lot of sparkles. That's a little different. It'll clear. And I always use the violet flame. So this is what I do. I breathe in that light from my higher self to Mother Earth in my column of energy. And I relax and center. And I send love to the planet. I send love to the things that come into my head. My guidance is given me. It's always different. But I always send it to Mother Earth. And I go to the core up. I do like a pink plasma, thick love bubble. I don't know how to explain it. And then I do gold. And then I even put the violet flame on Mother Earth. This is to clear out the negativity. You know, we're a collective conscious. And the collective conscious thinks all day long. And not everybody's happy. And not everybody is vibing higher. You know, they don't know. I don't have anything against anybody. They just don't know. They haven't either listened to their guidance. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But when people do wake up and they start seeking, you know, we were all there. We were all, you know, unaware. I was ignorant. I didn't know, you know. So I would never judge another person. Do I like to know that? And forgive me, people like Trump running around? No, you know, but I send him love too. Is my guidance. Has informed me that is the only way any of this is going to change. Is by sending the thing that you can't stand to look at the most. Love. Straight out of your heart center. Now, let me tell you, when I heard that, the first time I heard that, I'm like, what? Are you serious? But you know, my hate or anybody else's hate for anybody else has never changed anything. War has never changed anything. That's why it's so important to raise the vibration on Mother Earth, the love vibration. It's so important to give yourself that love first. It's like putting your oxygen mask on in an airplane. They always say put yours on first before you can help anyone else. So that's what we're doing here, magical beings. So it's good to get into a practice of protecting yourself because there's all types of energy. We all know this, that we're on this planet every day. And a lot of it is dark and a lot of it is gray and muddy and yucky. So you wake up and you clear your energy. And if you're guided to clear Mother Earth, can send Mother Earth energy or animals or people, children. I mean, it could be anybody. India, who knows? That's how we are going to alleviate the situation. Because we are in a very hard, chaotic time. We just, well, I don't even know if we came out of a pandemic yet. I don't know. But I do know before the pandemic, I felt something coming. And I know I talked to a lot of people and I know they felt it too. I could have never said it was a pandemic. I thought it was a financial crash or something along those lines. But the point is, there's a lot of chaos on Mother Earth right now. There's a lot of darkness. People can't help it. You just, even the collective conscious, anybody in, how many negative thoughts do people think in one day? You know, and they're unaware of it. Not like, I'm not pointing fingers, blaming anybody for anything. I'm saying we can send love to them. Because as soon as you send all that love, it starts to dissipate and it starts to lighten up. And isn't that what we all want? We want to live on a planet where there's peace and harmony and you feel safe and your kids are safe and your animals are safe. I mean, I have a dog. I um, adopted. Well, he found me running down the road in Arizona. Well, it turned out to be being used as a fighting dog. I've had him for 10 years, 11 years. I mean, his name is Buddy, but he's my buddy. You know, what makes somebody do that to an animal, to a human, or to Mother Earth, who's being raped of her resources? But part of my morning ritual is to send love to all of Mother Earth, inside out. I bless the water, bless the air, bless the soil, bless the plants, bless the trees. I mean, I do this every day. I'm sure many of you have your own way of doing it. But maybe nobody ever, maybe there's some people here who never heard of that. By the way, welcome. Thank you for coming to my channel and listening to me, right? I'm still wondering why I'm being called a very odd mother. I'm hoping it reveals itself. But my name is Valerie. And my channel is You See You. Because we all need to see each other. We all need to remember and remind ourselves how magical we are. We are so much more powerful than we were ever taught. You know? Oh, we know that. Those of us in the spiritual community, we all know there's something more going on here. And we woke up, or whatever you want to, we just realized, however you want to put it, that it had something to do with us. We didn't know what. We really still don't, other than this is why my guides constantly are telling me to send love to the planet, which I just do all the time now. But once I found out to love myself, wow, it was a game changer. I mean, my abilities increased exponentially. The synchronicities, because you know, this universe, this planet is always talking to you, whether it's through a bird, a butterfly, a ladybug, child, a dog. We're not the only ones here. We are not. Crystals are alive. So here's another good idea. Besides breathing your excuse me. Sorry, there was something going on out there. Breathing into your energy ball, your Merkaba, whatever you want to call it, every morning, and grounding yourself is the first step to protecting yourself. Now I go further. I put gold light and pink light on the cars, on the motorcycles, on the house, on the dog, on my children. I just do it all the time. I look at something I'm putting, just to give it my love and blessing. And it makes me feel better. It makes me feel safe and secure. But now, as for crystals, I'm sure we all have crystals. But if you don't, and if you're new to crystals, first thing I would do, if I were you, I would get a black crystal and a clear crystal. So as long as you have these two, this one is taking care of the negativity, your pain. I slept with this thing so many times. It removed my pain overnight. Well, probably faster than that, but I sleep like a brick. So I would wake up and feel fine. I could walk again, I could bend. And then the clear crystal can be programmed to anything. So I want more energy, whatever. So I always carry a lot of crystals, but this is mine. This is mine. This is when it clears all the bad stuff out of my field. This is a clear quartz here. This is a chunk of it. Sorry, not sure how to do these cameras yet. And then there's smoky quartz, which is also very good for clearing negativity. Ooh, my hand looks so funny. But it's also programmable because it's quartz. Crystals, I love them. Some people can, like I actually, I can tell you where every single one of my crystals came from. I talk to them, I program them, I, ask them for help and guidance. These crystals have grown inside Mother Earth for millions of years. The information in these is so high vibrational. It's like trees. Trees are, you hug a tree, you feel better. You will. Love trees, love plants, love flowers. I use a lot of essential oils. Smell. So I use them in the diffuser. And there's nothing like smelling, rosy, whatever it is. I mean, it just puts you in a whole different vibe. Roses are very protective too. You know, there's so many little things you can do to protect your energy every day. I put crystals in my car. Like I told you, I bless my car. I put light on my car. Salt. I put little dishes of salt everywhere. Then we'll remove negativity, just like lemons. Put lemons out, and they all remove negativity. Clear your energy around you is so important. You're clearing your energy, clear your house energy, clear your car energy, clear whatever feels off to you. And this is why protecting yourself and trusting yourself is so important, because that is how our spirit, our body was made to feel. So when you're having a feeling, I got that gut feeling, I just shouldn't have gone wherever, but I went. It didn't work out, whatever. But your gut told you already, you know. We dismiss that because it's getting more acceptable in our society, but it wasn't, you know. You can't just tell people, I'm not going there. My gut said not to, you know. Well, I do, but, and I'm sure a lot of you do, but back back then, before I trusted myself, I wouldn't. I wouldn't listen to my gut. I wouldn't listen to my feelings. Just deep breaths and you just center. You have no um, argument, something happening at work, whatever. Just take yourself out of there for a minute. Go breathe and center and feel. Listen to what your body and your soul and your higher self are trying to express to you. It's just another form of communication. But it's one that we were, I don't know about you, but I was always told you're too sensitive. Hmm. As a kid, as a teenager. And instead of valuing my sensitivity, I disregarded it. Hmm. Didn't end up too many places that were positive, but and then okay, here's where this comes in. So I could regret all these bad decisions I made, or I could not forgive myself. I could shame myself, blame myself, and feel guilty. This is not what we're supposed to do. No. Those are the three most toxic emotions or feelings, and most people live in them. I know I do. Yeah, I told you I was miserable first. I was very unhappy, and then I got very sick. It doesn't have to be like that. There's not one thing ever guilt, shame, or blame has solved. So if you're living in that, I hope you are listening. You don't have to live like that. You can be happy. I don't care what you did. I was a different person yesterday. I was a different person 5 minutes ago. And I'm going to be a different person in 5 minutes. But I practice living in the now moment, loving and accepting myself right now, and dealing with whatever comes up by taking a pause, taking a breath, listening to my feelings, honoring. That's honoring your being. You came in here with you, unless you're a twin, triplet. Most likely you're going to exit by yourself. Everything that you see, feel, and love and enjoy and are passionate about. These are all your perceptions. Same thing goes with all the things you hate. You judge. It's your perception. You can change your perception. You can actually be happy and live a life that is based on your joys and preferences and desires. This is another thing. I don't use this word at all. Want. Want is I want XYZ. You know what want means? You're just in a state of wanting. Words are spells. The proper words create your vision in your head, your perception. The improper words, not so much. And these are all examples of protecting yourself, trusting yourself, honoring yourself. It is imperative for you to live your life to the fullest. So what do you do with all that shit? All that, those mistakes, all those bad experiences. You know? Well, the first thing, whatever it is, you own it and you send it love. You don't hate yourself for making a mistake. You don't berate yourself because you shouldn't have did this or that. We all have made mistakes. We're human. We are here in form, experiencing experiences. And just like I said a little bit ago, this me now wouldn't make the same choices as the 20-year-old me made. You know what I'm gonna do, hater? That does nothing for your life except give you a bad feeling, breaks your heart anytime you think of it. But you send it love and you accept it, it starts to just dissolve. Never goes away. But it doesn't hurt like it did. This is another thing I learned from Serious Joy Christopher Witecki. When it comes to mistakes and those types of things, give yourself a full pardon. I think you're worth it. A lot of us don't think we're worth it. The first time I heard it, I was like, oh God, I could never forgive myself for this or that. I did. Took a little while, but I can sit here and think of those things and just send it in love. And it just fades away. And anytime it comes back into my awareness, I send it love. anytime anything comes into my awareness, that is heartbreaking because there's a lot, like I say, going on in this chaotic world every day. And I breathe it, I'll stand it love. Wallowing in pain never got me anywhere. And I wallowed in pain. I'm a Cancer. Cancer go into the hell of feelings and live there. Just move in. But you can learn stuff about yourself in your chart. You can learn, okay, hey, I have a Cancer sun, a Leo moon, and an Aquarius rising. What does it mean? Well, you start researching. You know, I didn't have a lot of this stuff. I've been, goodness gracious, researching and learning. I had a near death experience. I was 18. I always knew I was psychic and empathic, but I did, like I said, didn't trust myself. Even after a near death experience, I didn't get a clue. But I had to learn my way. I'm not gonna hate myself for that. You know, it took me a little while to bang my head on the same wall before I realized something's trying to help me. Something's trying to guide me somewhere. So I just started researching and I researched, and then back then it was called self-help. And, you know, like I said, it wasn't easy to find. I mean, there was all kinds of books out on it, but like going into the magical part of it, that's the part I like. That then it's all magic. Everything about life is magic. Everything about death is magic. Everything that's being created is magical. Or you can look at it like it's shit, pile of shit. That's your choice. That's your perception. Okay, enough of all that. But these are ideas on how to protect yourself. There are a million meditations on YouTube. There's protection meditations. There's things to feel safe and secure for your chakras, for a broken heart. You name it, you can find a meditation on it. It is YouTube to me is just so informative. It's so helpful. There's just so much you can learn at any time, whatever interests you. But if you're feeling stressed out and you're angry, you're upset, or something's going on, take that pause, take those breaths. Try something that'll make you feel better, pull you out of there. You know, play a drum, but you do not have to sit and measure. You know, I know when I first started, saying I was a spiritual being or I was waking up or whatever term you want to use, I thought it was, I thought I was cursed. I said, why am I hearing these voices that I can't do nothing about none of this? What do you want from me? You know, I was pissed. But I learned I could either stay pissed or I could try another way. And I read cards. I read cards a lot. So, funny story. I read cards. This is how I want to do this channel. Sorry. I have these cards for self-love. Okay, now don't forget we're on protection. So I was going to pick a card a day. Here's the deck, Celebration of Love. It's sorry, I'm not good at that. Anyway, the artwork and the little things that are, like it says trust, but when you read the description, because that's what I plan on doing every day, is like picking one of these cards. See if I can get a good artwork. It's just so dope. But this one says trust. I picked this card. So I've been trying to make this video now. It's just saved for a while. I have to be extra patient with myself and my guides and everything. YouTube, computers, the list goes on. So this is what I want to do every day. I want to pick a card and then I want to pair it with a crystal and a snippet of the astrology. So today is a 0 degree, Scorpio. The card I pulled because I was having a fit trying to figure out how to do all this was trust. You can't make it up. And this happens to me all day long. I ask questions, I get the answers. I know a lot of you do, but I also know a lot of people are just getting good within themselves. So it says this image celebrates the trust to tread into the magical waters of our imagination. It's navigating joyfully, feeling our balance and knowing that the best and highest outcome is on its way to us. Call to mind something you thought was impossible. Now go into your sacred space and ask to become the creative self that you are, that you really are. Allow solutions to come to you from this magical energy. Trust that the solutions will come and be in gratitude every step of the way. This is a card I picked before I was coming on here live. I don't like to get my picture taken. I'm making a video. Anyway, there's a special message. You are being inspired to release your fear of trust. You are one with God. All outcomes, whether you judge them as good or bad, are all in perfect divine timing, serving the best and highest for the good of all concerned. Fear has no place in this holy equation. So my guides are always pretty on point. And I decided to trust. And I just, you know what, I'm not going to write things out. I'm not going to try to make this sound perfect. I'm just going to go in there and be me and explain what I'm trying to do. So that was today's card for the first day of Scorpio season, which is a 0 degree, which is all about protecting yourself, trusting yourself, believing in yourself. And that's how it came out. So I have all kinds of cards. I have fairy cards. I have dragon decks. I have all kinds of decks. I have all kinds of crystals. And I really want to have fun while we're exploring how to love and accept ourselves. But we first have to protect ourselves. That's the whole point of all this video. I appreciate you listening to me ramble on. I appreciate you watching through if you have. Oh, yes. Gratitude is everything. All the other stuff doesn't even make a dent if you're not grateful. Even, and this goes to all your stuff that you having a hard time maybe forgiving yourself for or accepting yourself for. Send it love. And it dissolves. Thank you. Thank you for showing you whatever it showed you. None of us came in here and had a perfect life without any bumps in the roads. But we can, from this moment on, take charge of our energy, protect it, trust it, have faith in yourself, and have faith in whatever it is you believe in as a higher power, in your guides, in your guardians. There's so much to talk about, but I think I've went on far enough. I do want to say, also for protection real quick, sage anything, and clear the energy right away. Little trays of salt, using the essential oils for, or any kind of candles, whatever, smell good. Always bless your water and food, bless yourself. Thank you, thankful for everything. Be in gratitude. I'm sure you know this, but like I said, this is my first video, and I wanted to start with the foundation. This is our foundation, protecting our energy fields, loving and trusting ourselves. And also, I already talked about Serious Joy, Christopher Witecki. His service is, it's fabulous. Every day, I couldn't live without it now every day. And all the texts and all the information on his site. Sage Goddess is awesome. Now she does she does a new moon and a full moon ceremony every month on YouTube. Perfect. But she also has classes. I'm in her alchemy class, her soul alchemy class this year long, crystal masters class. Phenomenal. And she has a store. That's how she started. She sells crystals, sage, everything you could think of. Really, really cool person. Really, was so grateful. I found her years ago, but I just took her class this last year. I'm still in it. The best book I ever read about spirituality, Conversations with God. If you can, if you haven't, get an astrology reading. And there's Angel Star Karma in one of the communities. There's Molly McCord. Now, she doesn't do readings. Astrology Hub is Amanda Poolwall. She has different astrologers on all month long, and you can see who resonates with you. But I would say get to know the blueprint of you. It's everything. It's everything. You know, you understand where you're going, where you were, and all that. It's just, you can't put a price on information like that. You really can't. This is your life. You got one shot. You know. There's Susan Lynn, psychic medium. She's really good. Political, and the main points of the day, what's going on in the news. She does a lot of stuff. Really cool. Heart and Soul Connected with Alan Martin. She has a lot of cool content in her. She had me on her. This is the first time I've been by myself, but without Allie Martin from heart and soul connected. She had me, well, her and Susan Lynn had me on talking about my near death experience, and then Allie had me on talking about resilience. So there's many channels out there. There's many ways to raise your vibration and raise the vibration of Mother Earth. Send love, love yourself, protect yourself, accept yourself. So anyway, I think I talked a long time. Until next time, this is Valerie, or your fairy odd mother, signing out. I still don't know why I'm being called that. Anyway, I'm assuming it has to do with magic. I send you all love, peace, and harmony. See you next time.